What's going on, everybody? Happy Plat Night? Oh man, I'm tired. I am physically drained. It was nice weather out. It had been raining a bunch. Went out and did the boring homeowner stuff. Mowed my lawn. I'm gassed because we just moved. We had a townhouse with probably like, I don't know, couldn't have been more than 50 square feet of yard. I just had like a little reel mower. Now I have close to a half acre, and I still have a reel mower. We'll get there eventually. I'll buy something else. I'm just using what I got, but it becomes quite the task. So I'm a little gassed, admittedly, but hopefully streaming will get us jacked up a little bit here. All right, so they've got a Sunday red bundle. We need to be stocking up on these guys. Okay. Is it worth it? Is it worth it given what we know? That's the question. Given what we know, is this worth it? Also, what's going on, Pat? Get in there, redeeming over 9,000 channel points. I know that takes quite some time to accumulate, so appreciate you spending the time here building those up. And thanks, man. Yeah, the weekend went a lot better. I feel like I could have played the opening rounds closer to the weekend, but yeah, I make still too many mistakes between the ears. So I have 25 Evo tools. We know that we're getting two levels that we have to go up. We know that one of them we need 2 Evo tools to move up on. So driver, hybrid, 3-wood, irons, wedge, putter. That's 6. That's gonna be 6. It's gonna be like 18 Evo tools, which we're still gonna have some left over. But at 6, I need like 48 level up tokens, and that's not ideal. Because there's not really a good way to level the clubs quickly. Good in round 3. Couldn't make a putt in round 4, got into the 30s, but still far behind. Yeah, I was able to start making some putts, which really, really helped. Still not quite at the clip that I think I need to. But, like, I also missed some more greens. Like, Scud had higher percentage and also had higher greens in regulation. But, like, that's kind of the thing we're trying to strive for. Gonna be a matter of getting there. Okay, so this is the question. We already have 3-wood leveled. This is limited edition Emerald, which would mean you'd have to level it through this and then Evo it into Sapphire. So I'm already at a full Sapphire. It's gonna cost me, what, 75 times 5, so is that 425 to go 1 level? I mean, this saves that in terms of VC if you were to spec it out each time. I mean, it future-proofs it, but it might just be worth it if we get like a if you got a wood that was already high up. I don't know. I don't know that we need to be saving the VC. I feel like the VC is fine. I don't think... No, I'm gonna buy the Evo tool as a preparatory thing. I don't know if that's the right word. You're stacking gold clubs when you can. Well, the problem, Billy, is... The problem is holding on to it, right? So, like, it is limited edition, which immediately intrigues me, but it's only at Emerald. And so what I'm trying to calculate is, like... It's a tough thing because that one, everything is through VC. But there's definitely gonna be, once higher tiers start coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if stuff shows up in the shop as like limited edition Ruby. And I know that we're gonna get some limited edition Ruby stuff that shows up, you know, in the Clubhouse Pass and whatnot, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. I don't know that I'm gonna buy that one. I think I'm gonna hold off on club purchases for now. So that's a casual matchmaking, birdies, Gurs, easy. What are our new weekly quests? Win 5 casual matchmaking. I have to win them? Win 5 Top Golf. These are awful. These are actually awful. Just a horrible roll of the dice here. Horrible. Alright, but let's play a career round and then actually, I should probably do the casual matchmaking first because that's on the stupid straight swing. I don't want to go messing my swing up, so we'll start with the other swing and go from there. Because the daily is play, the weekly is win. And I have quests to win Divot Derbies, I think. So we may as well start with the Divot Derby out the gate and then go from there. We had 3. Is it really gonna be 2 real people? Oh, still looking like we're gonna end up with like 17 or 18 bots. This is boring, whatever. Whatever, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. This is the type of stuff that, like, when we do the ranked, or not ranked, when we do the casual matchmaking stuff, that's when I should take, like, my technician and build it up. I think that would make the most sense. I end up leaving it on my main character, but I don't know. I'll need to do some messing with the technician to see if... Oops. I need to do some messing with the technician to see if the technician is actually... If it's going to be viable for me, because I like having the... I like having the shaping, so I don't know what that stat line looks like for a technician. I mean, obviously things get better for me in these, you know, any of these coming seasons. Like, I get more forgiveness, and so obviously quite useful. Once we get to the point where we have things leveled up to +6, I think that's when we'll go ahead and respec, because I don't think I want to drop. I'll have to see. I don't think I want to drop my power down. And go to something like a 75. I have it at 79. I feel like I'd rather go up to 81. We'll have to do some math and like really work things out. Because once we work that out, we can figure out, are we at a point where we can put stuff into like extra shaping? Like when we respec, I want to test shaping out and see. I have it at 90, but like we could have it set up so that we can shape. It trades off on the recovery though, which isn't a huge stat, but it's still nice to have a little bit. I don't know, we could see if we could shape like the flops, because there's going to be 3 of them, right? And I don't know how long flop is going to play, but we're going to have flop, long flop, super flop. So being able to shape to a draw bias would be really good. The flip side is that we could bite the bullet and make the switch to lefty fade, because right now we play right-handed draw, and that has to flip, but lefty fade plays the same swing bias for all shots. So I've been holding out on that, but we might just have to bite the bullet. We might just have to bite the bullet on going lefty fade. I think it's gonna be, I think the adjustment, obviously the swing is gonna be the same. I think the adjustment is going to be like all the visual cues. Because the club's gonna come back the same way, but you're just gonna be looking at a different thing on the screen every time than what we're used to. Ooh. Almost missed the fairway. Thing is, I have no idea how this green goes, so like everything is just kind of aim it straight and go for it. Ooh. Whoa! So when the greens are this slow, I don't know. When the greens are this slow, you don't need to add the power as much. Default pace is actually decent, it seems. Well, we've got one more week until, I mean, season 2's coming. We've got one more week until we've got another major to watch. Which is always nice. I'm also quite happy that the major is not on Mother's Day weekend. because the last thing that my wife wants to do is watch a golf tournament. So, fortunately for me, I should be able to watch not all of, but a good amount of rounds 1 and 2 while I'm working. And then probably won't be able to watch too much on Saturday. Maybe I'll be able to watch a little bit, and then hopefully I can convince my wife to watch round 4 in some capacity. Hard part is I normally can't just like put it up on the TV and watch. I'll have to have it where like I take one of my wife's AirPods and just kind of have it on the side, because you know, kids and all that can't be neglected. Yeah, what's going on, Richard? How we doing tonight? Stop rolling, please. I'd like to putt. Nice. I mean, not that we had to be first there, but alright, the other real person squeaked in. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Hopefully we don't have to try. I don't know if I'm gonna get a lucky kick or not. I'll take light rough. I was just trying to get it down there. I was just trying to get it down there. All right. It's dwindling down. Dwindling down. It's been me and Scotty T. Jet Jones is out. Because now we're down here, we can do a pick. I'm gonna win. I'm the fastest golfer. Easy. I'm surprised because that was a final group of 3. I feel like a lot of times it's a final pair. But that was the 9th hole. Maybe I'm just misremembering how these normally shake out. But yeah, like we have the Sapphire Woods already. I don't know, I feel like I'll probably hold off on upgrading my wooden hybrid. I'll probably do all my limited edition clubs right away. And then we'll go from there and see, because those are all boosts to forgiveness, so that'll be important. And then we'll maybe see what the Clubhouse Pass has. What's going on, Jay Sporty? How we doing? I think it varies for some reason on how many make it to the last round. Yeah, because I feel like I've only seen it be 2. Admittedly, that's not a game mode that I you know, particularly play a lot. Okay, so we're on Callaway, which is at tier 6. And we're just gonna throw apparel on there. Once Callaway gets to tier 9, then I think the next one that is ball and club is gonna be Titleist. I think that's how we go, because that'll be 5, right? I don't think we'll reach this one in time. But I'm trying to knock out these career ones. We got 3 of 5 tier 9. We need to win the PGA Championship. We don't need to win the Players, but to get the quest done. 21 more wins. The PGA knocks that out. So just keep grinding. And since we're at the point where we just need dubs, we'll knock him down to Master. Like, we win most of the tournaments, but maybe, you know, I want to guarantee that we win the big ones that matter. You seen 2 and 3 make it? Haven't figured out what allows the third person to make it in. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like random, or if it has something to do with they won't. I don't know. If the second fastest person in the previous round is no, because they determined that at the start of like how many. So I wonder if they're just like 2 different knockout progressions that they go through, and one of them has 2 and one of them has 3. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, the casual matchmaking stuff is truly because I quote-unquote have to. Alright, have it swung a regular shot all day. So there we go. Yeah, we'll pull close to power drive to start. Holy lag, Batman. Holy lag. Pull closed. Okay, so that means I need to be more left and more straight. There we go. Should roll it pretty much out the back of the green, right? Broke early. Alright. Pretty decent recovery. And we got our swing on track on the next one. But that's why I always talk about like the swing being such a relative thing. Because if you can figure out where you're actually swinging at, then you can definitely make the adjustments from there. Alright, I'm gonna try and knuckleball this 7-iron a bit. Could be a bad idea. Nice and smooth. Oh wow, look at that. The knuckleball like ate the wind. That's actually pretty impressive. That is actually pretty impressive. Be nice if I could sink a long putt for once. It is crazy that I have, hold on, let's do a time check here. I have 175 hours in the game and I have yet to make a 50 footer or longer. Kinda crazy, if you ask me. I know that part of that is that I don't have a ton of 50-foot plus opportunities, but I don't know, I would just think that at this point in the game I would have made at least one. Heck, I still don't even think I've made 5 of the 45 footers. Like, we've just been hard stuck. Ball below the feet, it starts at the fade. Wants to cut across, but the wind's kind of holding it up. And it's uphill. Oh, it actually did fight its way through that wind a bit. I think because it's a shorter shot, I shouldn't have played it out the way that I did. Alright, noted. Alright, noted. Finally get on the board, though. Finally get on the board. I think it's so extreme that that's why it cuts through the wind the way that it does. I want to go for this just because. Not because it's a good idea, but because it's career mode, and I feel like I can't get better if I don't try them. And that's pretty good. What's going on, Harkin? How is this thing falling off there and then it's under 50 tours? Pushed it. But I actually think I underread it. I think I underread it regardless of the push. Okay, that's good because that gets down there, and then these are the ones that on TrueSim we're like majorly in between. 112, 13 or 14. I feel like I need to get it to 16. So what is that's like 2 yards. Falls above the feet, wind. Fade him pretty well. It should be right at the hole. Whoa, 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 whoa. I wasn't expecting the ball to just like drop off the side like that. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you take it kind of casually though, because like I didn't really I didn't really look at it and go, okay, like let's really try and play this break like I thought I had a good enough line, but I gotta hit that with pace. I have to hit that with pace if I want it to go, yeah, just slam it in the cup kind of deal. Come on, sit down, please. All right, extra pace. Extra pace, it's going right to left. There. No. No. Not gonna start playing this game, are we? We're not gonna start playing this game, are we? I gotta turn a fan on. Hold on. You're getting no breeze through the window. Alright, it's a pretty short tee shot. Pretty short tee shot, but we probably only get like 118. Which is this even? My 18 is like barely on the green. Gonna give it some D-loft? Got a little bit of extra power. It's tough because with that being downwind, it just bounces a bit more. Not really sure what the right approach is with that. Because like if you go up a club and partial it, I would think that even if you played loft and backspin on a club up, that the trajectory of the flight would get lowered enough with the partial that it wouldn't really matter. I don't know what she'd quite do with those tailwinds to try and mitigate. I'm gonna try and fade this for some of the distance control, but this ball is gonna come out and be drawing. Like even though it has that fade shape. What? Okay, that kick works for me. That kick works for me. I say, even though it has that fade shape on it, the wind starts to hold it up. But it is good to see that you can still get a bit of a fade shot off of that draw slope. Alright, I am just gonna send it. Feel like I always end up laying this guy back, but it creates such a long approach shot that if we get it this way, that's a little bit more beneficial to us. Hey, thank you, Cap. How are we doing, dude? All right, we have to play the partial shot. We've got to play it. Ball left to right. I like this. Come on, be good. Felt that one out pretty well. Just got back from the range. Nice. I'm hoping to get out to the range later this week. I would have gone today because the weather was really nice, but nice weather after all the rain means that I needed to mow my yard, so that's what I ended up spending my afternoon doing. I open the face, it's not great. Get down, get down. Oh, get in the bunker, I guess. Okay. Yeah, open the face on that guy. Not the most ideal, that's for certain. 90%? Overswung it. Well, that stings. Before the rain moved in for the next 5 days, hate yard work. I don't mind the mowing too much. I don't know. For me, it's like the yard work is, obviously I'd rather be doing other things, but I know it is good for me to, you know, with working a desk job and stuff, like I work from home. It's a good way to get me outside. Enjoy the nice weather. Obviously, I'd rather be golfing, but you know, only so much you can do. Only so much you can do when it comes to that. Okay. So I think when it's elevated this much that these shots come out shorter. So this would normally be something I'd play like 184 carry. It's uphill and we're gonna like lose some extra lie percentage stuff with it. So like it could be 180. This wind's gonna play less. Like I'm gonna go choked 4-iron. Just cause I feel like, yeah, see that's, oh, you know what, the problem with the choke shot is the lower ball flight. That was the mistake there. That was the mistake on that shot. Full 9-iron has the better flight. Or at least with the choke shot, I gotta get a little bit more air underneath it. That's alright. Those are ones that like you don't see those things very often, so when you do, not always prepped and ready for it. Nice and easy. It's crazy when you get that much elevation change, like even that 5-iron sits pretty softly. TFR, welcome back. How have you been, man? Not good to see you. Hope you're all well. Happy hump day. Which means we get to head into the final half of the work week. Which is always nice. Work's been so busy for me lately. It's like all of a sudden we just had we have so many projects going on. It's a pretty small team. Pretty small team of us, but teams are liking the work that we do. I mean, being busy is not the worst thing. Picked up Monster Hunter Wilds. You've been playing that. I keep sitting here, like, obviously I really enjoy this, and that's the large reason why we're still playing it. But I'm intrigued by that Blueprints game, because I haven't played a good puzzle game in a while, and I've heard that that's a good puzzle game. And on top of that, that Clair Obscure game, also, like, I keep hearing, like, Game of the Year stuff, so those are, like, 2 games in recent history that are being talked very highly of. So there's a bit of, like, could be fun type of stuff. Oh, I underhit that. Come on, carry still. Oh, we're good. We're good. I got a little bit lax on the swing. Got a little bit lax on the swing, but that's a very nice bounce. Felrus, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I keep hearing so much good stuff about Clair Obscure. I mean, even to the point where, like, my manager at work, yeah, has been raving about it, telling me that I need to play it. So I'm just sitting here trying to figure out, like, I don't know that there's any real way with the golf content that we want to do to fit the other stuff in right now. I mean, certainly we will. Certainly we will get other stuff in, you know, over time. And, like, I'm genuinely still enjoying playing the game. Obviously, some of the official stuff is a bit bland. Like, we're working through the career mode stuff because it's a good warm-up, but yeah, for the most part, the career mode, there's nothing really to be gained from it other than the completionist standpoint, which is what we're doing. Yeah, playing the same tracks over and over again. It's fine. Let's see here. This choke shot, 246. A little bit less. I just barely made the right adjustment. I also made the adjustment right at the end of that shot of, like, I need to aim a little bit further because this is a big downhill, which means that it's not going to want to bounce and skip so aggressively. It's going to sit a little bit softer. It's funny as soon, oh, 'cause you know what? This wasn't a good one to compare against. I'm gonna say it's funny what happens when you change the difficulty from Legend to Master for the AI, but combo that with the fact that this is not an official course. The pros do not do well on the official 2K courses that are not real courses. The IRL real courses, they manage much better than these. Alright, so we are just getting to the end of this round. For those maybe unfamiliar, every day, at least for the foreseeable future here, we play the daily Master Rank Tour, and we open that up to anybody that wants to play. So there's no restriction on who, but we will be playing that next. So if that's something that interests you, you are more than welcome to join. I will throw the code in the chat momentarily once we get through the end of this career mode. We'll go to run a quick ad break and I'll throw the code in chat, and then we'll get after it once we return. Alright, slow start. 2 under through 6. But a nice 9 under on the back, even with a bogey. So yeah, right now the thing is, like, I want to be playing the golf still, because I'm enjoying it. The question will be, like, do we end up loading up 2 or 3 days of the week with our Plat and True Sim stuff? Riddle, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, do we load up 2 or 3 days of the week with TGC and leave 1 or 2 days of, like, pure variety? Yeah, there's part of me that wants to go the route of, like, play golf first, then transition, but we've done that before. I don't really know what's better, per se. I think it's probably good to try different things out. And you get golf club XP playing against the rivals too. Okay, I mean, that's good to know. I don't think I realized that before, mostly because golf club XP is relevant for all of, like, this much time. Alright, Troy, come on. We're closing in on 61 million. So I've heard that 100 million is the... heard that 100 million is the max. I wonder what the, like, shortest amount of time it takes to get there. I mean, I guess if you just win absolutely everything. Which, I mean, we win most stuff. Even on the harder difficulty. I think that's one thing that would make this more intriguing, is if the conditions out there were a bit tougher and the pros could still shoot decent scores in those conditions. I think right now the computer difficulty is, like, so dispersed. It's just not the best. Just not the best thing. Hey, woo, we're finally at 1,000 merits. Imagine that. Imagine that. Well, I appreciate that in the last, like, week or two, they started giving us merits for finishing in the top tier. Because after the bug fix, the initial bug fix, yeah, we ended up on just, like, a streak of not getting any points. Okay, so those are maxed out. And then participation rewards. Okay, so we're gonna get that for one more event, and then we're not gonna get the the Cowboy Cactus before the season ends. Shame. I'm not playing daily everything to get it, but that feels like what you have to do. Like, I think even if you play every day, I'd be curious how far you can actually get through this. If you only play, like, the daily, or you play the daily and the weekly. Anywho. So they've got us at Greenmont Country Club again. Freaking again. Alright. Well, let's create a room. I'll put the room codes in the chats here. Again, thank you all for being here and hanging out. I greatly appreciate y'all. We're going to be getting going with Plat in still a little bit. We're gonna start off with the Daily Master. Anybody is welcome to join. Again, I'm going to throw those codes in the chat now. We're going to run a quick ad break here to appease Twitch and get rid of the pre-rolls. So grab a snack, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do what you got to do. We'll be back in 3 minutes. And yeah, if you're enjoying, drop a like on the YouTube stream if you're watching over there. Helps me out immensely. And I'll see you in 3 minutes. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. What's going on, Paintball? Am I going to play? Yes, I am indeed. This brings me great joy to come back to a full lobby. Things you love to see. All right, firm, medium, fast. Best of luck out there, everybody. Also, I'm thinking So there's two options here. There's three options here. One of them is guaranteed. That's a Kara raid. Get in there, Kara. Welcome on in, everybody, from Kara's stream. We are diving into the Daily Master on the ranked tours right now. And then it's plat time. I'm assuming, because we're at the end of the day here, that you were playing plat. How did it go? I assume crushed it. What's going on, Vandy? 17 under on round one, only to kind of choke round two. 29 after two is not bad, though. 29 under two is not bad. Mola, we're waiting on you. There we go. Nice. So the two options. I don't even know what I was saying, Vandy. I don't. There were two things, and they're all gone. All of them. Yep, I got nothing. I got freaking nothing. Brain completely wiped by the raid. That's okay. I'm playing on PS5 paintball. I'm playing on PS5. Oh. Love to just walk away, sit down, and hit quads. 17-12 is what you got to as well, except you're playing on kinetic. Hey, 17-12 on any tour is going to be a good time relative to your tour, I would think. Unless it's just like that crazy of a shootout. I missed that left. Yeah, what's going on, Liam? What's up? What's the news? It didn't break. It did not break, even with that push. It just started out there and didn't move. Broke your collarbone the other day? Ow. Ow. How'd you manage that one? I mean, obviously wishing you a speedy recovery, that's not fun at all. Come on, club. Be the one. Oh, it just dies. It just freaking dies. I don't know, for some reason in my head that was bouncing further. Good putt, though. You broke yours, paintball? Used to do it free running? Got shoved in the ground in a game of rugby? That just sounds so painful. That just sounds so painful. Admittedly, I have not broken many a bone. I think I sprained my wrist. Maybe broke my wrist. I know I broke like a couple of toes, but I probably haven't broken a bone since I was like 5 or 6, something in there. I think it's actually been a significantly long amount of time. Not that I'm exactly like looking for anything like that. Oh no. That's the one thing I was trying not to do. Oh, lucky kick. Oh, lucky kick. Take a bird out of that. I should not get away with that. Late bedtime for the little one, GFS? Hope all is well. That's your first broken bone. That's a heck of a bone to break for the first one. So with the broken collarbone, is that a sling then? Is that a sling then that you just hold up with? I shouldn't have done it every freaking time. Light rough's gonna be a flyer. It's gonna go 100% on the 9-iron and let it cut over and run out. Oh, just short. That's so good though. That's so good. There's a reason why in competitive rounds when things matter, I take my time on reading putts. Just to try and mitigate that. Just to try and mitigate that. You knucklehead. Oh, you absolute knucklehead. Closed it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it's so far below our feet, we actually have the lie that we like. This is a flyer, though. Ah, man, that's bad. That's bad. Miss putt into that. You can't hit such nice shots and then do those things. But that is, I would say that's the stuff that's like forever my weakness. Between the ears. Between the ears, probably the biggest weakness. Stupid mistakes and, you know, it's those like missed putts and things that just shouldn't be missed. I want to be out here so I can get the right to left curl on the green. I do this every time. It turns over like 5 yards more. I gotta get better at that. Turns over like 5 yards more than I think it's going to. You take those though. Absolutely take those. Do I have an actual football team, not NFL? AC Milan. Admittedly, I haven't really followed the sport just as a whole, like, in a long time. I got into it playing FIFA and stuff back in college. So, like, I keep up with the loosest version of keeping up with the AC Milan scores. I get the notifications on my phone for the scores, and I just kind of go, oh, they won, or oh, they lost. Like, it's not even to the extent that I'm really, like, tracking the table or anything. So, it's been pretty far removed at this point. American football team, I am an Eagles guy for NFL, Penn State for college. Sent people over to my elevator to practice video earlier. Good job explaining how to use it for win practice. I appreciate that, Kara. Yeah, I feel like there's I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot with, like, practice stuff that people don't know is either in the game or things that you can do to practice better, so I just kind of always like to make... I know it's a very similar video from game to game, but I personally find it quite useful. Like, it is the best way to, like, obviously everybody has, like, some similar stuff, but it's the best way to, like, learn your own clubs and make your own mental reference points, you know, because the reference points that I use might not be the same thing as everybody else. Ask you how you do your win math, so hard to explain it live. There are a few videos I learned from. Yeah, because I think the wind, it's good to, like, it's good, just good to see it yourself. You know, but it's like, there's the pure tailwind, pure headwind, and then, like, I pay attention to cross headwind more than I do to cross tailwind. Like, cross tailwind, I'll kind of guesstimate. Cross headwind, I have a little bit more of an exact... I left that open. We're gonna kick in the water, aren't we? Nice. I did this when we played, on a ranked match recently. It's not even, there's nothing worth it. Can't believe I flared that one. The wind's not going to do as much, but it's below the feet. Ever watch Gaelic football? I have not, no. Alright, good par. Should have been... It's one that you find fairway, can go after it. Should be a birdie with an eagle look. Eagles Glory Hunter? No, I'm a Philadelphia everything fan, Liam. Born and raised an hour outside of Philadelphia, so... For better or for worse. Lately, it's been for better, but we've definitely had our fair share of for worse. Not as bad as some teams, of course, but little draw. I'm too far left. Too far left. There we go. Go Birds! What's going on, Lawler? Still trusting the process? I don't think so, Ben. I don't think so. I don't know what the Sixers are going to do about him. I wasn't trusting the process in the beginning. I was trusting the process a couple years ago. You know, we were making some playoff runs. And I was like, okay, get the right team. I was hopeful for this season. You had him. I mean, I think at this point you're basically scrapping in like Maxi and like a couple of the other guys and then build around them. I don't know if they're gonna do it or what the plan is, but I feel like that's probably what needs to happen. What'd the Sixers do stupidly? Well, most of the team got injured, but Embiid is just, the dude doesn't play. It's like actually wild how little basketball he's played over the past number of years. No, Simmons that was terrible. That was terrible. Yeah, he was injured so much this year, and George was, and I think Tyrese even was too. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. Are the Nets having the same complaints about Simmons as the Sixers? I don't follow too closely, Liam, so I know a little bit about the Sixers because they're my team, but like basketball is definitely not my main sport. For me, it's like, I think we were talking about this recently. College football and NFL, Phillies, yeah, and then it's hockey and basketball. So it's like I am a fan of those teams because those are my teams, but I am not necessarily like an avid viewer of the sports just as a whole. Like those are the leagues that I know definitely the least about in terms of just overall personnel. Wow. Even with tailwind, that's enough to spin back. Oh, no. I thought I was going to hang out to the Ray on me. Yeah, I know Real Madrid and Barcelona. Oh, he got traded to the Clippers. That shows you what I know. That shows you what I know. Wait, so Simmons is playing with Harden now? I'm assuming Harden's still with the Clippers. I mean, I guess they missed each other in Philly, right? I think the little bit of spin reduction and 101 should help get us close. See, that still dies fast. That's why I like never know, like, do you try and go up to a 5-iron and like take something off of it? What up, Beers? Welcome back. The Knicks won. Celtics blew another 20-point third quarter lead. Hot dang. That's crazy. What's going on, Scott? Back in 09, I don't bend. So, like, I was always a Penn State fan because, like, my family, like, if they watch college football, like, my dad wasn't crazy into college football at the time, but, like, if he rooted for someone, it was Penn State, and that's kind of where I grew that initial, had that initial draw to them. I didn't really start following college football until 2013 when I went to college. That's when I started to really like watch and know. So anything pre-2013 I don't know much of. Beyond that, my knowledge is a lot better. On. Whoa, it almost dunked on the one hop. They have basketball teams? Oh, you're saying like played like in the Spanish basketball league, I guess? He wasn't playing much, okay. I don't know. I think as a Sixers fan, it is a requirement to wish Simmons the worst for the rest of his career. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing. That's crazy though, because yeah, is that game 2? Knicks are up 2-0. I was saying earlier, a couple streams ago at this point when it was brought up before, so probably Monday. I hate both of those teams. I wish they could both lose. It's like Dallas playing Washington in a playoff game or something. How many hole-in-ones? We have 4 hole-in-ones. I believe we've got 4 of them now. Paintball. 4 aces, 1 albatross. Oh, that cut the wind too much. Dang. That's the tough part though, like when I try and guesstimate those wins on a partial. One thing that was very nice with 23 was like you could do so much shot shaping that I didn't have to. I mean, partials sucked in 23, but like with the tempo shift and stuff, but I didn't have to play partials to get my yardages. I could just shape the shots. In this, I struggle with the partials sometimes because of like trying to free aim it if I don't try and like do math and guesstimate what the percentage should be. So I guess that would put our hole-in-one rate at like 1 every 40 hours and change. 187. It's gonna carry into like the 190s. $74, 181. 14 yards. Let's see here. Downhill lie. It's gonna draw a little bit. Pretty good line. Oh. Perfect distance control. Just needed to be a couple inches to the right. Yeah, that wind shifted it so fast because I originally thought we were gonna have less right to left because there wasn't really much going on that foot lie, but I was wrong. Ooh. Okay, you don't wanna misplay these because this is carrying, as it stands, this is carrying about pin high. Try and put some fade and a little bit of backspin off. Try and like sit this down. It is just gonna come out so far left. It is gonna want to curl back a little bit. Wind's gonna hold it up. We'll go. You have to have more fade shape on it though for it to actually fade back against that. Alright. I had like one shot that kind of tripped up my normal read on it, and I now like taking that as gospel and I need to stop it. Very fitting for me. Very, very fitting for me for that to go that way. All right. Well, GG's. Thanks for playing, everybody. Love to see a full lobby like that. Or the 25 has good physics. I definitely think the physics have improved. I don't know. The thing that I don't know is if it's a physics issue or if it's the trajectory that they give us or what. I feel like pros have more spin on more shots. Even I don't know if it's just that we play on firmer greens and things more frequently. Like, I think that's probably something that has to do with it. I think we play on firmer greens with more tailwind and certain things. Like, sometimes the bounces are just really aggressive, and I don't know where it falls in terms of realism. But I don't know that that's necessarily a physics problem. But I do think the physics are improved. I like the fact that, like, the rough is, can be a lot less bouncy. Hey, thanks for playing, Mike. Alright, need some hydration. The Carolina Cup. It is plat time. Loblolly Championship, a Maddie from Candadia course. So you know it's gonna be tough. Now they do play us on the front tees. There's a chance that these tees are mixed. Pin set 1, of course, high winds out of the southeast, firm, and default greens. Let's go and see what those are. All right, 7.8, so they're playing pretty quick. I have not played this course. Quite frankly, I don't really know what's in store, but that's kind of part of the charm of us playing plat is unless it's a course that they're reusing from a previous game, we don't practice, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but let's see if we can put our mind and our thumb to the test. Make some good decisions, hit some good golf shots. Play some solid golf. Knucklehead, thank you for the follow. Okay, so right out the gate, we're presented with a drive that we could probably, if I had to guess, bound all the way down into that bunker left. Which is not something that I really want to do. Obviously, that would give us a spinner opportunity. But I think realistically, we need to play this Play this smart. Push open. But like lay this up just to a fuller wedge shot and go from there. Knock you out so you don't have to play 3 or 4 on this course for you? Or are you sitting cut watching? I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. Yeah, the goal is always to make the cut. Maybe as painful as that may be. I feel like I gotta be left if anything, so I didn't want to flirt with that right edge too much. Yeah, what up, Mad Golfer? We are just getting into plat. Round 1. We have just teed off. Okay. We've got some right to left. 46%. It's a good start. That's a good start. We love that. Probably out but not done yet. T54 this early in the night. Probably out, so you have high hopes. Well, what's tough is we've got an influx of players this week, right? Coming off of the promo event and stuff. But I have no idea how many are gonna play and how well they're gonna play. Right, I feel like when it was a small field, you kind of know who's who and what's what, but we've got an influx of like... Was it like 28 players or something like that? It was pretty substantial. Hey, what's going on, Jimmy? Hello from Pennsylvania. Alright, this is gonna be like a ball below the feet, severely curling, 68, 66. This wind's gonna play less because of the curl. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was right. The distance is what I wanted. I couldn't be more aggressive in my head. I didn't have enough confidence to go after that putt a little, or go after that shot a little bit more to the left. What kind of break is this? It's not a lot, but we've got a little bit of it going the whole way. Ugh. I think it's because it was 1 inch downhill and I play just a touch less pace for it. I think that's the right read. Normally I just don't make enough adjustment. Got food poisoning? Oh, that is never fun. Hope you feel better soon. That'll be good. Only 2 people have to beat you. It's not a crazy score to beat, so it should be a cut. Not the end of the world. Yeah, because what's the player count at? We should be at least in a more forgiving week this go around to not really have the demo marks in such high frequency. Like, there should be a few spots that don't get demo marks that miss the cut. One, you gotta carry. That might be bad. That might be good. Okay. I knew I was playing it kind of tight there. I put a little bit of D-loft on it. Alright, pretty substantial break at the beginning, and then it kind of falls off a little. Putt. Good putt. Intergalactic Gentleman, what's going on? Is the TGC Tours one of the online societies that you have to join into? Yes. So yeah, Rio describes it best there. It is run through societies in the game, but it uses a third-party leaderboard system on their website that pulls the data in. Because there are 4 different societies, like 4 different societies in the main tour. There are 2 other side societies that you can play alongside it. But basically, like, I can play all 4 of them. My scores will only count on the website for the tour that I'm actually in. $25 have mini games. Rory for PS4 did. Well, so with the new season, they're coming out with the challenge mode. So I don't know if that's going to be closer to what you're talking about in terms of the mini games. I feel like a 6-iron choke tee shot is gonna be kind of what we're looking for, because I think this we're just too short. About 7 yards short on the 7-iron. And then we've got to factor the wind here. That's pretty good. We're giving ourselves chances. Paintball, thank you for the YouTube sub. Appreciate it. Alright. This putt to go 3 through 4. Just the littlest bit here. Give it some extra. Just inside right. Give it some extra pace. Alright. Good start. Now we go into the par 5. Oh geez, Car, I know you said 17, 11 under through 10. Alright, gonna play a high cut. Try and get this turning towards the way the fairway opens up and then have it sit down a little bit. "36 holes without losing your swing for a few holes." I feel you. I feel you on that. Especially because, like, I know I'm going to have a break between rounds 1 and 2, and so that's always going to sting a little bit. You know, sometimes you sit back down and you have it, and sometimes you don't. Okay. Let's think about this as a stock shot first. I think I have to be going. I think I have to let this be right of the hole. Be as much of a draw shot as I can have it to try and hold the wind. And then we're trying, this is gonna be short wind. We're just gonna throw that, yeah. Basically try not to hit the huge left to right kick, but get it early enough on the green that we can hold the green when we get on here. In case of the 10-degree opens every round. That is certainly no bueno, map. That is certainly no bueno, sir. That's so close. That's so close. Easy bird, though. When shaping the shot, what is the right stick vertical bar? So that's your attack angle. So technically, when you pull it back, it puts more spin on the shot, and you can see that as, you know, reflected by the way that the arrows spin more, and you take spin off when you put it forward. It also affects the ball flight a little bit, but what I've noticed with this game is that if you really want the stronger effect on the ball, just use the left stick. The right stick is not nearly as powerful as it was in previous games. Before it was like, oh, I wanna spin it, pull the right stick back. For me, I feel like loft is the stronger play. You just drive this down here? I think so. I think so. Use right stick for distance and left for distance and spin now. Yeah, and most times I feel like you want distance and spin. Very few times where you just want the distance play. Okay, this bounded down probably about 30 yards further than I thought it was going to, so that's always fun. Played for a little bit too much wind. I would have liked to have been directly below the hole. It's definitely a look. Like, we have a putt for birdie, which is always better than not having a putt for birdie, of course. But yeah, I'd like a little bit more out of my life. Nice putt. Nice putt. Very fine adjustment to the spin compared to the left stick. Yeah, I guess in this game, because it definitely is not near as strong. You know, it's always been that, like, loft helps with spin, because obviously you're putting a higher loft, so it's sitting softer, so spin can grab more. But I just always felt like in the previous games, like, you could use spin a lot more and, like, actually get the, like, spin result that you're expecting. What's going on, Eric? Spinning it left to right side of the ball. So if you're a right-handed golfer, going to the left side of the ball is going to put a fade on it, which means that the ball is going to fade away from you. It's going to start left and fade right, and if you're a left-handed golfer, right to left. So a fade starts towards you, ends away from you, and then the other side of the ball is a draw that's going to start away from you and start curling back. So it's more about side spin. As you put more on, you can see this marker move. It does affect distance once you get out to the extremes. And the more shaping you have, the more of that you can do. Like, if I go to the outside of this ball here, I will, you know, the trajectory of my ball flight is going to be somewhere starting out, like, towards my head and then cutting back towards the marker. So that's more about getting shapes, like, either into the wind or with the wind, you know, trying to create angles going into the green. I kind of hate, like, everything about this, because I am, like, basically choking this 3 hybrid down. I overdrew it still, but, like, trying to land it towards the front of the green so it can roll back to the hole. because I don't have a club in between. I mean, that's dialed up fantastically. Just don't have the right wind adjustment when making that change there. What's going on, Rob? Welcome back. RJ, good evening. How we doing, fellas? Okay, so we've got some pretty substantial break here. 50% on the putt power. Just off the mark. Just off the mark. All right. We end the birdie streak. We end the birdie streak, but still on a good run here. Definitely need to take the momentum. Keep rolling with it. Is there a world where you go after this? I mean, like, if you're... That's just too much of a kick. Right? I mean, I guess the question is, like, if you're in that bunker here, like, that's not the worst thing. I'm just trying to figure out the risk reward on it. Because this probably bounces and rolls too much. This probably bounces and rolls not enough. I feel like if you're... I don't know, I guess it's like the type of shot if you're down there in a safe space, you can super flop. I'm gonna try and overpower at 102. We got kind of the line that we want. It's firm. Is it going to go too much to the right? Oh, that's so close. That's so close. But this is a pick shot. I feel like when we're executing as well as we are, it's worth it. %. Pushed it. Really good. Really, really good control. Easy up and down for the birdie. But, like, we gave ourselves an eagle chance there. We hit that tee shot just a touch to the left. There's a chance that maybe we roll onto the green. The crazy part there would be if it rolled and the backstop didn't keep us in check. So I'm going to take this one on. I think it is going to bound us down inside of our lob wedge range. But I feel like straight on we can just kind of figure the partial out. Because, like, the wind is not crazy left to right. So I feel like you let it go a little bit, and then there's a kick. Get in there, dudes. 84 months. Well, thank you for the luck. That's 7 years, right? I'm doing that math right? Hot dang, dude. Hot dang. Thank you for 7 years. Hope all is well. It is a full wedge, so, like, I think I'm going to get more... Even on the partial here, I think I'm going to get a little bit more wind than I'm expecting at the tail. 82%. Big kick forward and right. Things you love to see. Look at that judgment. Look at that judgment. Get in there. 7 on the dot. A lot better than Monday. Yeah. I can imagine, dude. Amazing support it is. It is. Support that's gone so well you know, Deuce and I have turned into actual friends over the years who play games together. Oh, we've got wind rotation? Everybody's favorite? Alright, I am gonna lay this one back. I just don't want to take on, like, driver with the risk of going into the rough on the other side. Yeah, there's a little bit more room to work over there. And don't get me wrong, not having to deal with the 13 miles an hour of wind would be nice. 48. From like there. Gonna cut through a little bit. And then we want to be probably right of the hole to have the uphill putt, right? A little bit extra power on that. Probably cut the wind a little bit more than I'm thinking too. That's a tougher shot. I mean, maybe playing the partial driver off the tee would have been beneficial to us. But there's, you know, it's always the coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's always the coulda, shoulda, woulda of it all. Oh, you son of a gun. We've had a couple of those. We've had a couple of those putts near miss, and like we're still 7 under through 10. So yeah, I can always think what could have been. Good evening, John. D Brad, welcome back. Platt's starting well. I would say so. 7 through 10. We were 7 through 9. We're placing shots. We're doing some good things out here. Okay. I don't want to miss left. I probably want to be a touch long if I'm being completely honest. I don't know why I 92%ed that. Oh, probably because okay, yeah, I was trying to partial it. I think when I started swinging in my head, I like saw the 92 and was like, oh no, but I was probably aiming for like 93. Bigger break, and then it starts to stop. We can't go super aggressive. Okay, so there's a couple things at play here. Bigger break to lesser break, and then it is underneath a little bit. Still just missed the adjustment. Okay. Dang. Gotta be better at making those. We've been a little bit better, but it just stings the amount of that distance that we miss. I think you just send this down to the cart path, right? I mean, it's not downhill enough that like the cart path is actually going to get bounced on. We'll roll through it. Just don't get stuck on a post. Well, that was close. That was close. Okay. 108. On the stock carry, a little bit downhill lie, so we're probably flying this thing about pin high and then throwing wind on it. So if I go like this, let's see here. Wind is still getting it. I'm gonna be conservative. It's a 56 degree wedge. I want to be maybe right of the hole. That way it can... Oh, okay, wind didn't go as much. That's good distance control. I was gonna say, if I get right of the hole, then we can use the slope to kind of roll it down towards the hole, but this works just fine too. This works just fine too. Too scared to test what would happen if your ball hit a post. I do think it gives you... There is some code in the game to like give you some relief from some of those drops. Okay, let's think this one through. It's downhill probably halfway, 303, probably about 315-ish carry, maybe a little bit further, 320. That bounces down and through. Okay, so that's... Gotta look at 3 wood. Partial 3 wood with full shape probably rolls all the way out. Then you're down around the green. If I go power drive and nail it, we can get that down to a more reasonable club. If we miss it, punch out, up and down. I feel like the power drive is worth it because we've been hitting our points well enough. Just don't think about it too much. I'm trying to create opportunity here. Okay. Now we're 232, which like probably still can't hold this. But now I got a much more reasonable chance at it. 218. Falls below the feet, but let's start with it. 218 carry with... It's going to cap at 12 to 13 here. So we're carrying about 231. Stock 4 iron is right freaking at the hole. Maybe just a few yards short, but either way. So shave 12 yards off of it. We're landing it just on the green. Now we're starting below the feet. Natural fade with wind. I am hoping that this just clears its way on. As an inch from rolling more, I don't know if that bounce or the bounce like 2 inches later would have been better, but this is a 15-footer for eagle. So we got that going for us. So far the risks are paying off. I guess the main risk was off the tee. The risk there was being short, but I was pretty confident we had enough. Pretty much just needed to not like hit the worst rhythm and not have like a random 97% lie. The Gigliotis, thank you for the YouTube sub. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. All right. This is going. We're breaking. Gonna go there. Come on. Come on. There's the eagle. What a hole. What a hole. Nail the power drive off the tee and then go to work. Okay, we've been striking it well. Do we tempt fate? Do we tempt fate once more? I feel like we've been striking it well enough that we kind of can, to be honest. Of course, now I leave the face open. That actually came out quite a bit shorter than I was expecting. That came out quite a bit shorter than I was expecting. So do you just spin this into the top, bounce it up to the hole? That's 100%. That's 90. Take that. Okay, that was definitely a lot riskier than it needed to be. I did think, even with that elevation, I mean, the open doesn't help me back into that wind. We get a bigger fairway kick. I don't know that that runs up on the green. That might have been steep enough. All right, 150 plus rotating wind. Everybody's favorite thing in this series. Yeah, so the mystery of what will it do? 5. I mean, pitching wedge is going to end up being 12 yards short. 10 bounce. I mean, it's going to be short with it in this setup, but like 153, 162. Don't love this 9-iron. Put a little bit of shape on it. The wind's moving again. I hate it here. I hate it here. One thing's for sure, 150 is our baseline. 150 is our baseline. But the wind probably gets to like the low ones. Yeah, like I want to hit this with like just a touch of loft on it. Let it drift to the right. Hit this thing before it moves. I underswung it, but if it bounces down to the ridge, we could still get some release. Yeah, I mean I underhit it 2%, but I was kind of rushing because I didn't want to miss out on an opportunity with the wind, and so that's just a mental thing. Rushed my swing, we missed the input, like underswung it and missed our contact point there, our swing path. So a couple of things losing yards for us. It turned enough. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I wasn't sure it was going to. All right, another par 5. I don't think there's any reason for us to power drive it this distance. Give it a little cut. Try and work it back across the fairway to kind of keep the tree out of play. Play this with as much draw on it as we can. Let's play him back there. 211, and then you've got it's probably carrying about 200. So this is a 4-iron landing at the front of the green. Need to kind of cut this, partial this through. This is playing a little bit more draw than I normally would. I don't love the tree. I'm gonna go a little bit longer and throw some loft into it. Loft, good call. Cut through too much though. We're gonna be out the back. Yeah, I started making too many adjustments there. The loft was definitely necessary. What's the right call here? What's the right call here? That's the right call. Wanted it to be a little bit spinnier. Alright, 2 holes to go. Let's do it. Set ourselves up nicely for round 2. I closed that one. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Welcome back. How's it going today? Ball below the feet. We're going to be fading into this. That's kind of the problem on this one. Into an uphill. Give it a little bit extra. Mr. Sip, thank you for the follow. Alright, balls below the feet. Fading a little. It's uphill and the wind. Kind of need this wind to take over, bring it back to the hole. I didn't de-loft it enough. So it's gonna, it's gonna just check up there. So we're gonna have an uphill chance. We're gonna need to put some pace into it though. Yeah, I kind of thought like if I'm playing that fade that I might be cutting it a little bit close. Pretty good. Love to hear it. Alright, it's going, it's breaking. I mean, you're putting pace into it, but it's still breaking as it gets up there. Come on. What a read. .462. I feel like driver off this tee brings a lot of potential bad into play. I'm just gonna partial this. We closed the face a little bit, but honestly, getting that draw shape into that slope is gonna hold us up nicely. Give us a good fur. Again, this is ball below feet, but now we're starting our line long. So like I should be able to not get caught in as much. I don't want to knuckleball this too much because I do need it to still kind of work for me here. I pushed it. Well, the push might be good. And there I literally took the last shot and went, I'm not leaving myself short, and I led myself long, so. Need to compartmentalize. Can't be letting those shots influence each other too much unless there's something really big going on. All right, you hit these, they break off hard at the start, but that sets the tone for the whole line of the putt. Just hung it out. Straightened a little bit too much. Alright, we'll end on a par, but that's a 14 under round 1. That is a very solid way to start. Yeah, 3 back off of Kara, 14, very good out the gate. We gotta see if we can double up on it in round 2, but very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Yo, what's going on, Mikey? Alright, before we get going into round 2, we got to take a quick break here. That I didn't roll a break before the start of that last round, so we're well overdue. Pre-rolls are hitting people as they come into the stream, and don't love that. So we're gonna take a quick break here. Appreciate you all being here and hanging out this evening. If you are new and you're enjoying, drop a follow, drop a sub on the YouTube so you can find your way back here easily. And then, yeah, if you're watching over on YouTube, drop a like on the video. It helps me out immensely. That being said, I will see you guys back here in 3 minutes, and then we go again. Round 2 of Plat coming up next. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right, we are back and ready for round 2. See if we can do more of the same. Played very well there. Even missed a few putts. But let's see what they got for us. We are changing tees. We're going to the green tees. Medium winds out of the northwest. Fairways are very firm. I believe this is a default firm on the green, and the green speed is fast, which I think means the green speed is a little bit slower. The greens are still firm, but I don't know what this firm is relative to the firm that we just played, so we'll have to be vigilant. Hopefully we don't get too bad at kicks here, but we'll play for some firmness, and then as we learn the greens, we'll get dialed in with it. Hey, welcome back, Caden. Remember you from last night? I do. How are we doing today? Okay. Yep. We lay this one back. 239. Now there's plenty of green. I think it's okay if we end up with a. We end up with like an iron. My day was good. My day was good. Got outside, got my lawn mowed. You know, enjoy the nice weather a bit. 'Cause it's been pretty rainy here, so having that not too shabby. Down. It's gonna bounce. It's fast. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Wind's cutting in a little bit on me, and like it's maybe slightly above the feet. I'm gonna start this out to the right, knowing that it can go left a bit. Okay, I thought the downhill was gonna kick it like substantially, so that's just a misjudgment there. Like it's a pitching wedge, so it still stops, but I thought it's firm, it's into a fast green. We're gonna lose some stuff there, but that's largely incorrect. 50% power to get to the hole here. Let's see. It's going down. That's more, and that's more. I'm playing some extra here because it is a downhill putt. There was still too much pace on that. That's the problem. I'm playing that in a way to like die it to the hole, and it did get enough break on it. I just hit it through still, so that is a-okay. That is a-okay. So misjudgment on the approach shot. And then put ourselves in a non-ideal putting situation. It's going to happen from time to time. Yeah, Pat, out the gate's pretty strong. Feels good, man. Oh, that kicks down. Well, this is going to be short. We're going to have to play off of this shot. Couple yards. But you're still going to have to give it some respect. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Ball's below the feet and fading that way. It's uphill. And the wind is straight, so it kind of holds it up. Come on, give me the uphill kick forward. Little roll. There it is. There it is. Love that. We got 466 yards on this one. You're into a headwind. I think you get this just left of that bunker on the right-hand side, because I think this all feeds left. And then if we've got this feeding left, we'll have a fairway shot into the wind. Wind will actually help us hold this thing up. 151. $142. I mean, this thing might land like at the pin. So if I throw a little bit of loft on it, this hasn't been as firm. Hasn't been as firm. We're just going right at it. Ah, misjudged the wind. Misjudgment on the wind there. I was playing like 9 yards of hurt on that. I guess being up the hill it was less, even with the loft. Even with the loft into that, that's a little bit shocking. It's a little bit shocking, but it is what it is. We move to the putt. Try and make that. Everything's falling left. Even though it's uphill, you still gotta play it out there. There we go. Nice bird. Good putt. Good putt, good putt, good putt. Ooh, everybody's favorite, a front pin with tailwind. Front pin with tailwind. I hate firm fairways. Hate firm fairways. 171. 76 maybe? It's kind of like just shy of the pin. I play a lot of loft and not really adjust, and then there's the last little bit of distance. I'm trying to get this in here like as tight as possible. Yeah, flew it a little bit far. I mean, that still bounces. Like, even if I landed that where I was hoping to, I'm still a few yards long. Probably still about at least 2 yards past. All right, it's got to be pretty steady on our pace here. Can't slam the stick because otherwise we might risk rolling out the back of the green. But other than that, I mean, this is kind of the same. Like, it falls away and it's continuing that break. So the whole thing is like adjusting that line, and then as it continues to turn. Oh, he's tucking it? I can't see because he's fat, but it's in. I don't know why I lead too, as if I'm somehow going to be able to see around a 2D screen. But, you know, it's like, if the game's just so realistic, it's like we're there. Yeah, I'm trying to look around my character. That's risky, that's risky. This is going to still be a long approach shot here, but I feel like it's necessary to kind of saw that off and just take the rough out of play. I feel like this, I mean, with every golf game it is, but this game for me feels very strong on the fairways and greens. Yeah, turn it. Dude, I do that. I even try and like headbutt the ball in Rocket League. Right, you do like a dash forward, I'm like leaning, doing a little scoot forward. 232, mid 230s at best. I mean, I think you have to bounce it into that and up. I mean, I'm hoping it's enough legs because we struck it about as well as we can. It's certainly enough legs. Rolls through a little bit, but like we've got 12 feet. We got 12 feet for eagle. This is where you have to capitalize. No lowercase allowed. Downhill, so like this is where it gets tricky because we're above the hole, right? So I know it's gonna go a few inches past. I know it's gonna go a few inches past here, so like it's a little bit of break. Right, and then we're downhill quite a bit and we're underneath. Wow. I made the extra adjustments there, but that actually, like, oddly enough, felt like that started on my line and, like, just kind of held straight. Weird. Weird. Did not feel like it was gonna be that straight of a shot. But it happens. Landon, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are we feeling about this? Somewhere in here, the wind is maybe slightly in. I think I'm okay with it. Ball's maybe like slightly below the feet, not a lot. We're choking it, so still gonna turn over. We can take on that left to right on the green. If we get that far left, otherwise we kind of just steer clear of it. A little bit of release. Okay. You beat Jish last night? GG's? GG's? I can't really tell because it's so bright how much break there is. Yep. Couldn't see. Couldn't see. I thought there was maybe a chance, but I also thought that we had enough pace on it to hold that line. So that stings. That one stings. Hey, you zoom in, scout cam, and then you just pull the stick down. Left trigger, right trigger to zoom, or you can move the A marker. You have to move it along the green as well. I mean, there's no way that this gets 20-something yards. But I'm gonna have to do something that I don't really love. I have to do something that I don't really love here. Oh, I pushed it. Honestly, probably didn't hit it enough. That's sand? Okay, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Downhill lie. Put the reflection on that putter face. Oh, you thought about it. You thought about it, ball. You wanted to give it a look. Alright. That was kind of a... I mean, I messed up the input, but that was definitely a par 3 that, regardless of input, I did not know what I wanted to do with it. That's not really ever a place that you want to be. Is like, well, what do I hit here? Mayhaps there was a better option. Mayhaps there was a better option that we could have found, but... ...157 yards. 154. And we could be looking at like 139. Gonna give it just a touch of D-loft. I didn't need to. Got through that wind a little bit. Sat nice. A little bit too much expectation on some draw spin there. Dude, when it's this bright, I can't get a read on can't get a read on how much break there actually is across these. So yeah, that's always fun. Just gotta feel this one out, I guess. Oh boy, okay. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. I was like, this is gonna just snap left on me, isn't it? Like, that's the bad feeling that I start to get. It's maybe a touch more to the right than I want to be, but I don't think the fairway is that mean. All right, 121 yards. Too short, too long. Just right. Balls above the feet. Curlwind's gonna want to take it that way. We're sawing it off though, so at the same time, it's not gonna turn as much. Still want to kind of be in here, down in. Down, stop. We'll go a little bit further. Nice and smooth. Look at that. Quads. Ah, still left to target. Still left to target. I mean, pin high. Just did not get that aim outside enough. Alright, a lot of break, not a lot of break. Can't read the break. And it looks like it's starting to come back behind. So we can go maybe a little more aggro. A little bit more aggro, get it through the early stages here and just kind of slam it in the hole. Alright, still a decent front. I mean, what, we were 7 under out the front last time, 6 under this time? Okay. We've got a tailwind, so I think it's safe to say we can just take our 3-wood and actually get down to a decent angle this time around. I do Hunter. I am not very good in real life, but I also bought clubs 4 years ago, so we're just starting to break 100 consistently. I'm like a 26-6 handicap or something at the moment, but definitely looking to bring that down. I'm gonna curl into the wind a little bit more. I want to go just a touch further on this. I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna err on the right hand side of this. By the right hand side of this, I mean I'm gonna err on the hole, just right at it. It's funny how like you read it and you think like, yeah, I read it right, and then it's like, oh no, never mind. I'm erring on this side and I misread it by like 3 yards. Okay. 56-degree wedge. Wind is gonna take it past. It's gonna have a little bite. This is spin control. This is spin control. Spin control to Major Tom. I pushed it. Honestly, not the end of the world here. Distance maybe a little bit short, but our spin was on point. I just don't love that we left ourselves right of the hole, but it's a putt. I just obviously would have rather been like all over the hole. That would have been a lot nicer. 52%, but this breaks. Like this breaks. So even though I'm hitting it, I mean, balls below the feet, starting that line. There it is. Nice. What's going on, Ben? Good question, nice answer. Been playing 2K for the same time. Which came first? More time spent with IRL. I have way more time spent with PGA 2K. Technically, IRL golf came first, but me getting clubs and actually like getting into it, 2K came first. So growing up, like my grandparents lived on a golf course in Arizona, so when we would go and visit, you know, I had some exposure to it. I had played, I had gone to the putting green, you know, my grandfather and my great uncle and stuff had kind of given me some lessons to get me going. That being said, I live in Pennsylvania. So that was like a once a year, never did anything with it whenever I came back. I had played like Tiger Woods games and stuff as a kid, but coming around to it now, I started on 2K21 like right after it released in August 2020. I bought clubs in April 2021. But I have 1,400, 900, like I have like 2,500 hours in the 2K series. I have nowhere near that IRL. And old guys, they couldn't hit far, but they were hitting it straight every time. Oh yeah, my best score, Hunter, even though I'm a 26 handicap, my best score was a 93, and that was a day that I was able to just hit it straight and keep it in play. And I think I hit one water ball, and it was like it just bled in. I was able to drop it and go up and down. You know, sometimes you have those days. It's not often though, because like 2 days before it, I think I shot like a 113 or something. So it's, you know, it was a wild swing. 182. We're gonna fade into that just a little bit. .74. That's gonna be like 13 yards short, isn't it? 188. That's like the 12, so that's got to be like 10-ish, right? 9. I gotta go with the full 6. I might be long. I'm hoping I'm not though. Like leave it short enough into the uphill that it takes enough steam out. Good. Good. That's what we needed. What's going on, Casey? Welcome back. Time do you have to finish your first 2 rounds by for TGC? They are due in an hour and 14 minutes. It's 4 a.m. UTC Thursday morning, which is currently midnight Eastern Standard Time. I can't get there in 2 with the headwind, so no power drive this round. Get a 5 on every hole, it's a score of 90. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, you can, if you just add 1 to the par of every hole, right? Add 1 to the par of every hole, and you're playing bogey golf. Right, so even on a par 3, if you hit it short of the par 3, chip up, 2 putt, or pitch up, 2 putt. You know, when you reframe things, and that's something that I need to get better with, but a lot of it's my ball striking. I don't love this, to be honest. I can land it here, but if I get down to the bunker, I'm just thinking like I have to get it within there to be able to hit like a spinner or something. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna try and hit a fade, like a little sawed off fade. This might be one of the dumber shots that I've hit so far this tournament, but I'm hoping I can roll this out and get it out to like 50, 55 yards out so I can spin it. 52, that works. That works for me. %spinner. Let's go right at it. That's 100. Oh, I pushed it. I mean, that's great and all. We're pin high, but that's not pretty. I think the spinner is on a slightly more vertical path, kind of like the pick shot and stuff, and I just need to make it more like my normal shape. What's going on, Big C? Pixel Attack, what's going on? How's driver off the deck in 2K25? I don't even have it in the bag, if I'm being completely honest. I feel like the risk to reward, it goes maybe a little bit more than the... Like, it goes right around the 3-wood, maybe a touch further, and rolls out more, but I'd just rather play more power on the build as a whole and not have to use it. Because it's such narrow points. Like, it is such narrow points. I just never feel like I'm a good putt. I just never feel like I'm in a situation where using it is to benefit. Yeah, and that throws me off. Honestly, I'd rather everything just be locked to my normal crooked. I get that that's not the case, and I get why they do that. Is this worth it? I don't know, we've been striking it well enough. 1 degree push. I mean, worst case scenario, this doesn't get enough forward momentum and ends up in the bunker. And like bunker, you play a pick. PGA Tour versus the EA one. I prefer this. I prefer the 2K series. I tried EA. I think the career mode for EA is better. But outside of that, I mean, the big struggle for me on the EA one is like there's randomness just baked into the game. And that doesn't sit well with me. And by baked into the game, I mean just baked into every shot. You know, it says perfect shot and like your input could be perfect, but you just have this giant cone of uncertainty, whereas this game is, if you execute, you know, if you make the right read and you execute, like it's gonna go where you expect. That was even a little bit low. I'm trying to take the aggressive line there. I appreciate that, Ben. Thank you for the YouTube sub. Night from Chicago? Chicago. My best friend lives in Chicago now, suburbs now. It's funny because he's an odd one in that he's from the Philly area like me, but he's a Packers fan living in Chicago. So he's got little ones that he then terrorizes the neighbors with, having his little girls say "Go Pack, go" to the Bears fans, which I think is hilarious. Because what are you gonna get mad at a 4-year-old, 5-year-old? How she's probably like 5 by now. Anywho. This is gonna carry like 166. I mean, we've got wind for sure. I actually think this lands short. Knuckleball it through the wind a little bit, and then like I'm pushing them. I mean, that's what we wanted. It's definitely what we wanted. I just don't like that I'm leaving myself longer putts. That being said, this putt is not atrocious. Need to give it some pace. Need to, I guess, start it just a bit right. Get left. No, you are, I mean, not get left, get right. There was supposed left to right break at the end of that, which is why I didn't play it any further to the right. Ah, man. Say I own you, Sash. I mean, the Bears are definitely upgrading their roster, but yeah, the Packers have pretty well dominated the Bears in recent memory, right? That's another push. Oh, that's so lucky. That's so lucky. All right, we need to capitalize on that luck. We need to capitalize on that luck. All slightly below the feet. Fading that way, wind up, that's kicking. I want to be out here. 92%. I mean, I guess is what we're currently aimed. There we go. There we go. Get the swing plane back to what we need it to be. Okay, that carried a little bit further. But you know what? We're on the green. Finished 2 rounds of CCD, sitting tied 16th. Get in there, Bruiser. 204s is not your fancy. Yeah, they're pretty quick, huh? They're pretty quick. I mean, you get more used to it over time. I think that's why it's such a shocker to you guys, because the greens on CC are normally not that crazy. Don't get me wrong, I mean, they still break. But you guys a lot of times have flatter greens. The 204s, I think, are more of a scare tactic. I think they're more of a scare tactic than anything. You just have, the adjustments aren't too bad. It's just downhill, you have to take a lot off. And uphill you add a little bit more, but they're not too crazy. Come on. Come on, man. Missing out on the eagle. Bounce out of the bunkers a few times in this course. Yeah, we're getting the tailwind, and I guess if the bunkers are a little bit firmer, you're gonna have those happen more often. Shot the pins too much, or something you had to play below the hole? Yeah, and just like, you just have to play for a little bit more rollout, right? So it's about managing, you know, instead of landing it here, because it's gonna bounce and just stop, like maybe you have to play it a little bit further and let it roll. It's basically forcing CC players into unfamiliar and uncomfortable situations. Need to put a little bit of stopping power on that. Ball's slightly below the feet. I mean, we are hitting uphill, but slightly below the feet. Curling, wind out, but it's choked. There we go. Little quad action, like my boy with the short shorts on. I just could have gotten away with it. I could have gotten away with that at stock. I really just gave it a little bit, I don't know, I just had too high of an expectation. I don't want to lose this one, so we're going to have to play You're playing it down there and breaking. And then... Dang, we've had some really good reads, and we've had a few that we've just kind of left them touch off the mark. And I think some of it's all pace. Like, I think my reads are actually pretty good, but like there, I want to be rolling it just a touch further than that. You know, in other situations, you know, you hit it a little too firm. So it's all getting the pace to match the read, and we're just a little bit off at times. Your League shot 54 in round 2, they were locked in. Yeah, and I think sometimes people see the scores that are shot in a CC and like compared to the conditions, they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But like, give yourself a little bit of time on those conditions yourself, and you might shock yourself. I think that's why it's so beneficial to play some of the other societies, including like the other TGC flights. All right, left this one way more to the right because I didn't think the wind on the choke shot was going to do as much. Come on, we've got a birdie look. Breaking a bunch. Okay, we've got a good amount of break. Oh, come on. Just overread it. I think sometimes that it's carrying enough. Like, I think it's turned enough, but sometimes it carries that momentum and it ends up being a little bit, it straightens too much at the end. Still not a bad start. 14 and 12. Yeah, we leave a couple out there, but we're kind of right up there in the mix. I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to be at a point where we just pop off for 4 rounds and are sitting at the top of the leaderboard. You know, we've hit like the 17s and stuff before. We've had some big rounds, but to do it so consistently like some of these guys do, you know, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, but we're continuing, always trying to continue to get better. I mean, the big thing is we're hitting a lot of our inputs, so, you know, I just have to dial in on these left to right. I feel like our distance control tends to be pretty locked in. We miss some stuff still, but yeah, it's that left to right movement that we need to get just a little bit better. So we sit 16th at the cut. That's another cut made, which means we will have rounds 3 and 4 tomorrow. Feels like your final round of True Sim. I mean, it wasn't that bad. We just didn't convert. Like, we didn't convert the Eagles, and we had a couple of putts that, like, we probably should make that we don't. So, yeah, that's the thing. The missed putts. Yeah. I mean, because, like, let's look at this. We're inside 19 feet for proximity, which is pretty good. Just pretty good. Yeah, like if we keep that up, we're right up there. But it's this. You know, we missed a medium putt and we're only 37% on long putts. Well, look at what these guys at the top are. Like I've always said this. I'm just throwing it out there for the fun of it. You know, it's something that we continue to try and get better at. If I hit all the approach shots and somebody else putted, there's a good chance that we move up the leaderboard, if not win tournaments. So, you know, it is what it is. That's just where we've always struggled. Yeah, I'm not going to cry over one missed medium putt, but it's like, you look at this and guys are 15% better. 15% is, what, 3 putts? Close to. 3 putts is 29, right? Like, it's just like, it moves very, very quickly. See, terrible proximity, Pseudo. Currently, if we're on track for second in the society as a whole, that's not good enough. Man, this guy's standards are getting pretty high. Major next week should bring the top qualities at the forefront, hopefully. I mean, yeah, I mean, it tends to be, you know, finding greens and finding, you know, proximity is a big part of my game. Like, I try and go, I am all about Furger, close shot. The last 2 holes, I know, man. The pain, Pseudo, the pain. Excited for major conditions next week? Yeah, so like next week we've got the major. Obviously, we don't want to get too far ahead of us. We got round 3 and 4. If we can put together a solid weekend, you know, maybe we're looking at another decent finish this week. Yeah, next week is the first major of the TGC season. I'm feeling pretty good about our game. You know, again, it's always sideways adjustments and putting. I feel like I'm making slight improvements in both, but it's also a consistency thing. Course management and thought, yeah. But they still have some tough greens and stuff. And this game, I'll be interested to see how the major courses are on this game because we can't shape as much. So creativity, I guess, is still there, but it's a little bit, some stuff's a little bit skewed. And what I mean by that is, like, in previous games, if you had like a tucked pin with a tailwind, right, and you wanted to try and give yourself the best chance of getting it close, you could do stuff like club up and full loft it, and if you were good on tempo and swing path, it didn't matter that your stuff got restricted. On this, I can't do that, right? Which I think is part of the reason why I like length at the top of my bag. Having a max power driver, just every yard that I can nick off of it, if I can get it to then put me down a club and just have that little bit more spin. You know, you can put some loft into some of these shots, but like we can't generate a ton of backspin, you know, even when the tailwind's off. Obviously you can with the headwind, but like you can't generate backspin in the same way. So you can't like fly it past and maybe spin it or land it and stick it. Like some of them, it just, if they put firm with the tailwind, like it carries, it bounces, you're a good ways away even with some shorter clubs. So there's some stuff where it's like, okay, now do I have to like, do I just suck it up and hope that I can make the putt? Do I try and get flirty with like a fairway bounce and trying to judge that, which I hate? 298, 318 for the driver is huge. Mine's 296, 316 because I'm not a cheater. I don't have balls on my character. Where's the you like when I'm flirty? Well, Mary, you're gonna be in luck here. 2.5 months, I'll be 30 and flirty. Heck yeah. I have never once. I probably should, just to get this done, but I have never once put a consumable ball on. So, yeah. I don't have the 2-yard hacks. I don't have the 2-yard hacks on my character. I know, Pat, and I don't remember it at all. Two more years and I'll be flirty too. Well played, not. Well played. Yeah, Pat, I was looking through, I was like, oh, have I played this course before? Because people were talking about it, and then I was like, I don't remember this at all. I like saw that I scored okay. like made the tour championship and like scored like an all-right. Didn't make double digits per round, but it was just like it was a very funny thing. I'm like, I guess I've played here. Maybe it'll come back to me. You know, maybe it'll come back to me. Like I'll play a round of it and I'll remember. Yeah, what's going on, Kine? Welcome back. You sister, what's up? A woman. No, I don't have ball upgrades, I guess. I just have standard balls. You know. Shame that. Wish my balls were better. Anywho. Just a quick reminder, or a request, if you will. If you are watching over on YouTube on either of the streams, and you enjoyed it, because I don't want no peer pressure. If you enjoyed the stream, if you drop a like on the video, it helps me out immensely. YouTube's little way of knowing, hey, somebody else might like this. But yeah. The ball Evo upgrade thing? No, it doesn't, Kind. But there's a bug in the game that if you put on the distance one, you get 2 yards. You get 2 yards of power. So hopefully they fix that at some point. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us this evening. We made the cut handily. So we will be playing Plat rounds 3 and 4 tomorrow night. We'll be going live at 8 p.m.-ish Eastern, like always. Make sure to follow the Twitch, sub to the YouTube, join the Discord. Those are going to be your best places to keep up with when we go live. And Discord for any changes to the stream schedule should they occur. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Baller stream. Love you all so much. You're late? It's okay, Kind. It's okay. You can watch the VOD. We shot pretty well. But we're gonna go say hello to Woe. He is right now pretty well #1 in the game. I have a lot to learn from him. Don't ask him how to putt though, because he'll just be like, "You just do it, man." And he's really good at putting. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna go say hello to him. I guess it would help if I started a raid. But I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thursday is coming, which means the week is almost over. So heck yeah, it's almost the freaking weekend. All right, I'm done talking. I've talked your ears off enough. Goodbye.